Hold on. All right, guys. Not a whole episode. Super short form here. We have a couple of theories to talk about that we just feel like you guys need to know. I'm gonna go first, and I know this is, I don't want to say well known because I just discovered this theory today, but apparently it's already out there that people think that Rook Kast, it's a Star Wars name, we don't know how to say it, is the armorer. And after doing some research, I have this picture here of Rook, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a lady. It's gotta be, right? And here's her with her helmet on, right? And notice the two spikes, where they're located.
Where I don't see the helmet.
Oh, can you not see? Are you still seeing just Sabine? Or Sabine? Rook?
Rook, yes.
That looks like Sabine?
Yes.
And then here we have her helmet.
Yeah.
Okay, so the horns right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we switch to this picture right here, look at where the horns are on the armor's helmet.
You know, oddly enough, and this is just a random thing, I mean, it doesn't really count as much at anything, but if you look at the picture of Rook and you think of the armor's voice, it kind of matches that look of how she would talk.
Listen, even the actress who is playing the armorer looks like Rook Kast.
With shorter hair.
Yeah, but I mean, like Sabine chopped her hair off in Rebels.
Oh yeah, at the very end, it was almost like she almost shaved it.
Yeah, right before she went to go look for Ezra, which you guys don't even want to get me started down the Ezra rabbit hole, because that's a whole separate video. I could talk to you guys about Ezra for at least 15 minutes straight and not have to breathe.
And I would probably continue while he's taking a breath.
Listen, space whales.
Space whales.
But Adam also had a theory that he wanted to share with us.
Are you done with this, or?
I mean, what else can we throw out? So like the armorer.
Well, basically, Rook is the only one that would know the lore and still be alive.
Right. And so the armorer, one, obviously someone who was loyal to Maul. There is no reason, no other reason that the Mandalorians have ever put horns on their helmets.
Yeah, I mean, the connections are there because Children of the Watch they broke off from the Death Watch. The Death Watch are the ones that actually followed Maul. Now, if you remember, Boca Tan was part of Death Watch before she started noticing that they were going down the wrong path, and she left and started her own Mandalorian sect, the Night Owls. So, I mean, all the connections are there. Now, whether it is going to be that way or not, we don't know.
We're not for sure, but what I think
because I mean, the armorer is never going to remove her helmet or let someone else remove it. So the only way for us to know for sure is if someone kills her and takes her helmet off.
I think that Bo is probably going to kill her in season 3 of The Mandalorian.
That's possible. Because when I saw her and Paz Vizsla appear in the episode, episode 5, I'm like, I liked these characters before, but now I'm like, they're a bit on the not good side.
Yeah.
You kind of get that feeling from them. And then just like, you know, the last episode of The Mandalorian season 2, Boca Tan just feels corrupt herself, like something's not right.
It felt like Bo was going to, the whole time that Bo is standing on the top step and Din gets on one knee to hand her the Darksaber. I expected her to just pull out a vibroblade, stab him, and then take it. It's like, I won this.
Yeah.
You did not give this to me. I took it from you.
Yeah, and it didn't happen. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was
So-
like, new guy's gonna be the boss now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's and then yours isn't even really a theory. I feel like yours is just an explanation that needs to be
It's an
explained to
explanation
the
from me.
fans.
Not everybody's going to agree with it, and I really don't care if they do or not. This is just my take on it.
See, and even with it being just your take on it, Adam, it's like I said, like the Rook Kast theory that we have evidence that this is probably Rook Kast. Right?
Yes.
Your statement has evidence that it is more than likely correct. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the people that do agree with you, good. But the people that don't agree with you right now are going to be sticking their foot in their mouth by episode 5 of season 3 of The Mandalorian. Maybe episode 2 of Ahsoka. Who knows?
Either way, I'm okay with it. I'm beyond trying to stand up for this shit because I used to do that.
So what sucks about being a Star Wars fan is that other Star Wars fans are so toxic.
Oh yeah.
I hate to, throw my fandom under the bus like that, but listen, guys, you guys have done some things that you shouldn't be proud of as a fandom.
Yeah. I mean, I even before I get started on this, I wanted to make it really clear that there's a lot of people like us that are not a big fan of not prequels, but not a big fan of the sequels, okay? And there's I'll just go ahead and say toxic ones that just want them out for retcon. And I'm like, no, don't retcon, because there are people out there that actually love the sequels. Don't fucking punish them just because you don't like something. No, let them like it. It's fine. If they like it, they love it, that's fine. Don't just get rid of it because you don't agree with it.
Okay, that retcon thing, very similar to how I think that older fans felt during the prequels. They were like, oh, are they going to change anything? Are they going to change things and make the story not make sense? And you have your original trilogy fans that are like, the prequels are trash.
Yeah.
But those same people are also like, the sequels are trash.
The running theme is, when you're brought up on a certain property, you have a certain vision of how you think it should go. Like, you're the director, you're the writer, and it doesn't play out the way you want to, you get pissed off. Just stop doing it. If you think you can do it better, go out there and fucking do it.
All right. That's kind of how I feel. And when we say that, we don't mean like rudely. We mean like, dude, if you for real think that you can make Star Wars better than J.J. Abrams, go to school for film.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, film is something you're passionate about.
There is no IP out there, none whatsoever, that's perfect. Everything out there everybody's into, there's going to be something that's not going to sit right with the fans.
Yeah. So being a huge fan of anime and manga, it is, you don't hear it as much in that fandom. Complaints, you hear much, they approach it the same way we do, whereas like, dude, that is not at all what I expected, but that was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and that's
like a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Yes. And like the episode that just aired, did I jump out my skin when Ahsoka surprised him?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I did. I was, oh, she's here too? Okay. Like,
I have probably watched, with a mixture of people's reactions and watching it myself, probably at least 15 times already.
Yeah. I think I've watched the episode
it's
three
just
times.
And I don't know. It doesn't really get under my skin that people have problems about it. That's fine. It's just the level of, I don't even want to say passion. I want to say just like hate that goes towards it that just kind of, I don't know. I just don't understand it, I guess. I mean, my whole thing is the explanation why Luke gave Grogu a choice. And is as simple as Ahsoka being there. Because we all know Ahsoka was trained by Anakin Skywalker himself, the chosen one. And she actually found out later after his fall that Anakin turned to the dark side and became Vader. So she knows firsthand, and she even told Mando this in season 2 when she first met him. She knows what happens to the best of them when attachments are involved. Now, I think, this is just my opinion, I think Luke 100% was going to train Grogu his way after he got him. That he was going to allow attachments, because we all know attachment is what saved his father and saved the galaxy. We all know that. But at the same time, that was part of the prophecy. That was part of the will of the Force. That is kind of an exception. So Ahsoka shows up. They had the conversation, and everybody knows I'm talking the conversation about Anakin Skywalker. And Ahsoka is actually Luke's senior. She is more skilled. She is more trained, more experience. Just like Rex said, experience is everything. I think that's what he said. But Luke will listen to her because he respects her, especially since his father is the one that trained her. So Luke is going to take that into account 100%. That okay, I couldn't do anything about my father turning to the dark side, but maybe I can help him come back to the light. That was the choice that he had.
Your statement that they already had the conversation, there's proof of that. There is proof that they have already had the conversation, because Ahsoka looks at Luke and says, just like your father.
Yeah.
And Luke doesn't go, wait, you knew my dad? He doesn't go, he fucking smiles at her.
And will I ever see you again? Implying that she was there for a good while. So she was there for a while, and she's leaving to do her own show, more than likely.
I feel so. Something that's really big is she left with Sabine at the end of Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Sabine left. Right?
Yeah.
That's why part of me is like 99.99% sure that the armorer is Rook Kast.
Yeah.
The other small part of me wants to think that it's Sabine, and that she's doing this because she feels bad about being the reason that Mandalore doesn't exist anymore.
I don't know. But anyway, going back to the decision, Luke takes into account Ahsoka telling him about his father, what led to his father's downfall, and knowing that attachment was involved. He doesn't want to, especially, okay, you also got to take into account, he's a new teacher, okay? A new teacher's going to make mistakes, even if you're the son of the fucking chosen one. It's going to happen.
Even Luke Skywalker makes mistakes, yes.
Exactly. He is a legend in the galaxy's eyes. And I feel like he's trying to live up to that legend, but he never can. His legend is so big that it's more powerful than he actually is. Anyway, the reason why he gives Grogu the decision, and it's not a dick move, he's not being a prick. He's actually giving him a decision because he doesn't want one side attachment, no Jedi. The other side, Jedi, no attachment. He's doing that because he doesn't want to end up training the next Darth Vader.
I see that. And
that's exactly what's going on here. And he's giving Grogu a choice because he knows Grogu is attached to Din, and he doesn't want to be a dick and be like, no, you're here, you're getting trained as a Jedi, you never get to see Din again. That's being a prick. Now, if he did that, I would be fucking pissed.
Right. Okay, so that right there, someone, I think it might have been you that pointed out that, like you said, only someone should send a meme to me that was you have to make a choice, and then Obi-Wan, the next panel was Obi-Wan arms out that said only the Sith deal in absolutes.
Yeah.
That's not an absolute.
It's not. An absolute would be saying that you're going to be a
You're going
Jedi.
to stay here and be a Jedi.
That's an
whether
absolute.
you like it or not.
That's an absolute.
That is an absolute.
Giving her a choice is not an absolute.
No, that's what his father was never given that choice.
Exactly.
His father was never given the choice to live the life with the people you love or live the life of a Jedi. And I think, like you said, that conversation that Ahsoka, we're going to get to see it. Well,
it's going to be in the Ahsoka show, guaranteed.
It's either going to be in the Ahsoka show or it's going to be in Mando season 3.
I would say the Ahsoka show because it's going to explain where she was after Rebels up until this point. And during that is when she meets up with Luke.
Right. And we do know, have proof that Ahsoka lives past the prequel or the sequels too.
Do we?
So all of the voices of the Jedi?
Yes.
Living Jedi are not included in that. So like living Jedi, right? Because Rey doesn't like hear her own voice.
Okay, you're talking about the voices she hears. Ahsoka was not one of them.
There was not a voice that she heard. And when she hears all of them at once, I watched a separate podcast. I wish I could remember what it was. I want to say it was a Star Wars Theory podcast.
It might have been.
They do great work over there.
Dude, Star Wars Theory, if you guys don't know who he is, fucking check that dude out. He's the biggest Star Wars YouTuber on the fucking YouTube. He knows his shit. And if you don't know something, I bet he's got a video on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, he said that he thinks that his theory for the finale has me kind of worried.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet.
Bosk shows up to fight Black Chrysanthemum.
Okay.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
The Trandoshan and a Wookiee.
Yeah.
We find out that Kira is the leader of the Pikes. Kira versus Fennec.
Well, which we kind of, since Dryden died in Solo, and then Maul died, she would be the next in line to take over.
And in the comic books, the last time we saw her,
she fought Vader.
Yes.
She fought Vader and walked away, dude. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Her and Dr. Afra both
have
been able to.
Well, Afra, she pretty much survived on instinct.
I want to say wit.
Well, that too.
So, with that being said, we cannot recommend Star Wars Theory enough. I feel like without him putting earworms in my head, I would not be able to come up with literally. I watched one of his videos and he said that he thought it was strange the way that the Armorer spoke so negatively about Boca Tan. Personally,
they have a history. Have a history.
And so that made him saying that was like, oh shit, yeah. Okay, so I'm digging through Clone Wars characters trying to find Mandalorians, and lo and behold, she's a woman. She hates Boca Tan. She lived the Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah. There's only a select few that would have been alive at this time. And she even said they survived because they were on the Muda Concordia.
It's not Gar.
Gar died in Rebels, so he's gone.
Right. So I can't think of anyone else that it would be. There, like I said, we don't know of any important lady Mandalorians other than the Armorer, Sabine, and Rook. Nope, Sabine's mom.
Yeah. I think it's been a while since I've seen Rebels. I think her mom survived, but her dad died. I don't remember for sure.
Her mom survives. Survives her.
You actually see her mom in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
She's on Boca Tan. She's on
the Night Owls.
It's called the Night Owls?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember if they're called the Night Owls back in Clone Wars or not.
Yeah, yeah. The Night Owls, because even the Death Watch splinter had happened during the
Before,
Clone Wars.
yeah.
And so like when she leaves with a group
Mm-hmm.
of people who are also in Death Watch and believe what she is saying. And so I think she was like, the first time they set up camp, she was like, here's blue spray paint, everybody. We're Night Owls now. Like,
yeah.
You know, look around like, what fucking...
Yeah,
We're
pretty
wall
much.
brats. What?
Pretty much my whole rant was just, just wait and see what's next instead of just jumping to conclusions and calling Luke a fucking dick for giving Grogu a choice. And yeah, I mean, we're all going to see Grogu as a Mandalorian Jedi. It's going to happen. That's what it's leading up to. So everybody needs to calm down.
So, real quick before we go, something I did want to throw out there. I have changed my mind on what I think he will pick. The last episode of the podcast we put out, I had said that I was 100% sure dude's going to take the Beskar chain shirt, right?
Yeah.
I think that Grogu loves Din so much that Grogu will see himself as a hindrance, as a obstacle, like an extra weight that Din has to carry, because he can't help Din in any way, shape, or form. What can he help him fix his ship by crawling into tiny spaces? Can't really help Din. So I think that he loves Din enough to choose the lightsaber so that at some point he could help Din in the way that Din helped him.
Okay. So he can still become a Jedi and still not be at the temple when Kylo goes berserk.
Right. Like he gets
starts. Well, let's just face it. They did not bring in a Yoda species character that can live for 1,000 years just for him to die in the sequels. Not going to happen. This character is going to be around longer than any other character we know.
I feel like they pointed that out. I feel like they really solidified that last episode when they were like, you're gonna live for fucking ever, and everyone you love is going to die long before you do.
So in a way, the whole attachment thing is worse for Grogu because he's gonna have to see everybody die. Not
just his loved ones, but his friends, his family, every single person that was important to Baby Yoda. Fucking Pelimoto. She's gonna die a long time before Grogu does.
Yeah.
And so I just want to hear him talk. At the end of the day, I just want to hear Grogu talk, because I want to know if the talking and riddles thing is
the species related.
Yeah, is it Yoda thing or is it Yoda species thing?
Yeah. Well, I think we'll have a while to find out, because my theory is he won't be like adolescent age until 100. I think from when he's born to 100, he's a child. And then when he hits 100, that's when he hits puberty or whatever. That's my guess anyway.
He grows that extra foot.
Yeah. So you got to imagine in another 50 years, that's after the sequels, and pretty much everybody's dead at that point.
He could come back and train Rey, and then I would hate her infinitely less.
Yeah. If he trains Rey, not Rey training him.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's about it for us, though. We got our points across. We threw that theory down. Please, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff that helps grow the channel.
He is not a prick, so knock it the fuck off.
Again, I have to agree with Adam. I was just to clarify to the fans, I was in the school of thought that was very un-Luke. That was a very un-Jedi thing for Luke to do. And then I just think that Adam left some solid fucking points, and I came away from our conversation like, no, Luke wasn't an asshole.
Yeah. He was
Luke
actually a lot less of an asshole by giving Grogu a choice.
Right. And I think that it just makes the world of difference. It shows that Luke is immediately not trying to make all the same mistakes as the last
Exactly.
group of Jedi.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, eventually, does he make the same mistakes as the last group of Jedi?
Yes. But
Yeah.
I mean, just like Yoda, hey, you know what? As much as I don't like The Last Jedi, but when Yoda told Luke that failure is your greatest teacher, that hit home. That is a real life fucking thing that you can apply to real life. It is true.
That is, I live my life by that. Like,
I think that's okay.
I don't know how
One of the reasons why I think a lot of us love this franchise is because a lot of the lessons you can apply to real life and it works.
I cannot think of any other fandom where at any random situation you could be like, oh well, like say like the vampire Lestat, and they'll be like, well, what would Lestat do? Lestat only cared about Lestat. Lestat never did anything that made me think about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Yoda, he straight up said failure is our greatest teacher, and I was like, yes it is. I had to pause this movie because like he's fucking right.
He is.
Like, if you get knocked down, just stand the fuck back up. And now you know, don't do it that way. Try it a different way.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, what are you? Stronger because of it? Smarter? A better person? I'm a wholehearted believer. Like, ever since a small child, failure is our greatest teacher.
Mm-hmm.
There is, can't argue that.
Get back up. Always get back up.
Right. And that's, I think that Star Wars has done that very well.
Yeah.
I honest to God hope that we get a show that's just Rose and Jar Jar traveling the galaxy. Fucking, let's just make these two guys billionaires. Fuck it.
Yeah.
They deserve it. And I'll be the first person to say, you can DM the group, the podcast channel. My brain was not working there for a second. You can DM the podcast channel if you disagree, but
everyone's free to disagree.
Say we're open to discourse. If you want to write a comment to tell us we're wrong,
by all means
do.
Yeah,
because we'd like to hear from you guys. But with that, we're gonna wrap this video up. I just about fell out of my chair, so stay geeky, everybody, and comment, subscribe, stay tuned.